trees onto homes. In southwest Louisiana, the storm dealt a harsh second blow only 6 weeks after Hurricane Laura. The governor says more than 3,000 National Guardsmen are supporting emergency workers. Remnants of the storm continue to be a heavy rainfall threat, and tornadoes may be possible in the Carolinas today.
We're learning more in the meantime about the suspects charged with a criminal plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Federal officials say their web history shows most of the men charged have ties to the Boogaloo movement. That's an anti-government group.
Yeah, the movement has been linked to a string of domestic terrorism plots, often in an attempt to ignite what they believe will be a second civil war. Joining us now is MSNBC contributor and former U.S. Attorney Joyce Vance. Joyce, good morning. You prosecuted hate crime cases before where one case actually, someone tried to hire a hitman, but he was really talking to an FBI undercover agent. So do you notice any similarities there?
Well, the use of FBI undercover confidential human source, that's someone who's not a member of law enforcement or an FBI agent in an undercover capacity is really critical in these cases, because the most important thing that you want to do once you learn that there's a plot like this afoot is you want to make sure that the people that are involved are not successful in carrying out any of the criminal conduct. That usually means that having taped conversations that demonstrate just how serious their plans are is critical to getting a prosecution.
And based on what we've learned so far, what's most alarming to you about this?
In the affidavit, we learned that they had actually constructed an explosive device which they wrapped in shrapnel and were able to explode to test its effectiveness. So that's very alarming, particularly when you view that alongside the fact that they had identified the governor's vacation home as the weak point in her security profile, and the planning was so sophisticated that they had talked about and had scouted out locations for planting alternative bombs that would be used to draw law enforcement away from the governor's residence so they could execute their scheme. This shows a level of sophistication in planning, probably consistent with military backgrounds, maybe law enforcement backgrounds. We'll learn more about that in the days and weeks to come.
Yeah, and Joyce, how do you prosecute a case like this that involves